Have you ever punched a nut? But I'd love to see the percentage of people saying yes to this one. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today, put on your study caps, because we've got a test. This is, I believe, a personality test that Markiplier played a couple weeks ago that has been on our to-do list for a while. Fun fact, actually, when we saw Markiplier's video go up, and Matt's like, hey, we should play this, and I'm like, yes, we should play this. We dug into our Steam library. This game came out 2 years ago, and it's been in our library for 2 years, sitting there unplayed. So, at some point, we knew that this day would come. It just took a lot longer to get there, apparently. I don't know who bought the game. I don't know who initially selected. That's before Matt was on the team.
That was before me. That was before you came to North Carolina.
That was before North Carolina, so it was probably Chris.
Y'all are always ahead of the trend.
So far ahead of the trend. At this point, we're 2 years ahead of the trend. So, and now we're too late for the trend.
Yeah.
And then it happened 2 weeks ago. We missed the boat, and so here we are, just swimming in its wake.
That is so on brand for us.
It is. I feel we're like, we see it coming. We're not gonna do anything about it, but we see it. Oh wait, it passed us by. And we see it going. There it went. Goodbye. It's gone. It's like the South Park movie, like, and it's gone. All right, great. Well, are we 2 weeks after when this probably should have gone up? Yes? Great. Hop in. Let's do this. So today we're doing a personality test. Matt, how do you feel about personality tests?
I like them. I think they're fun.
Do you believe in them?
Like, no.
No?
Well, like, I don't know. It's that thing where if you give somebody an attribute, they're going to attribute it to themselves.
Interesting.
A tribe? Is that a word?
Attribute?
Yeah.
Attribute it to themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I love personality tests. I was a psychology major. I think it's fascinating to watch people analyze themselves, and also the challenge of analyzing yourself, because when you when you introspect, you tend to pivot away from, like, you overthink yourself in a lot of ways, and so it's like, is this really true? But, you know, to me, I very obviously see the fact that, like, hey, when a test is just asking you to talk about yourself, of course it's going to parrot back what you said, just in a more, like, surprise, it told you what you already knew, but it's like, oh, it reads just like me. Yeah, you told the test. Like, that's how it works. But, you know, I think there's something to be said for condensing those answers into a more readable format or more digestible format of, like, oh, I never thought of myself in this form of narrative, and it makes sense. So that's what I love about personality tests, and in general, I like them because, I don't know, you see different facets of yourself that maybe you didn't recognize, or like it's trends. It's all trends. It's taking data points and drawing a line and saying, like, hey, this is the trend of you, which I think is cool.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why does it look like that?
The test?
Yeah.
The test! Oh, this is what, this is where you go to get your personality assessment done.
It's like Hogwarts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting on the sorting hat, Matt. That's a reference that you don't get.
No, I do.
Do you?
Well, peripherally.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I've never seen it
yeah, you don't know. Yeah, so the sorting hat for, the one person who's never seen Harry Potter is a hat that you put on, and it sorts you into one of the 4 houses.
Are you a Slytherin?
Probably.
That's what I thought.
I'm a good Slytherin, which don't exist. But I'd probably be Slytherin. Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Maybe Ravenclaw.
That's like the good smart ones, right?
Historically, Hufflepuff. We had houses for a while. Hufflepuff.
That checks out.
Yeah, Stefan Dorr.
Oh.
No. What are you?
Why would I know?
Exactly. All right. Why do I even bother? The test. Let's go into this Hogwartsian castle to do it. Here we go. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You'll be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. Here's my question. I actually haven't watched anyone's playthroughs of these. I just knew it was a personality test. is this real or is this a joke? Like, I don't know what the conclusion of anyone's playthrough has been. I don't know what the questions they ask are. Seeing a personality assessment in RPG Maker style, though, makes me think like, oh, this is either all the endings are going to be the same. Like, it doesn't matter what you answer. It's like, here's the ending, or is it a joke? That's just where I'm going in with the mindset. Anyway, we all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself? Your destiny? Ooh, this is going to tell me my destiny in the world. Okay. Would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? I feel like I'm pretty honest with myself. Process is very simple in theory. In games! I'm so sorry. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. This is an end. This is an end mentality. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. That's the personality test. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. That would be so cool. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. I mean, this is simply nature. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is via RPG Maker. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll find yourself wondering things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand or realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. Thank you, Mr. Plague Mask. I invite you to grab a drink of water. Well, fail. Don't rub your water in my... Matt's over there. Matt grabs his water and takes a big sip. Thanks, Matt.
I was going to throw it to you, but it is a big metal water bottle, and I don't think that's a good idea.
It's also got your germs on it and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I was trying to be helpful.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We're about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. All right. Would you be all right living alone forever? Woo! Starting off strong. Would I be okay living alone forever? I really like Stephanie. But I feel like I'm a good solo. Yes, I think I would be. I think I'd be okay. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? No, I like black a lot. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give... Yes, I've done that all the time, yes. Even when I don't know who it is, I'd give it back to the store. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? Yes, absolutely. I do not like uncertainty. I definitely want answers. Are you afraid of spiders? Oh, yes, Matt, you seem to have comments already. Yes, Matt, and feel free, because I don't know how many questions we got to get through, but... so this might be a long... Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is a deep dive psyche. Here you go.
I think we should lie.
What?
I think we should lie.
Why?
Because it's a game and I want to win. And I don't trust this guy.
I'm going to win.
How?
By being awesome.
You don't have a strategy.
I do. By being myself. And by being myself, I will win.
I don't think that's true.
Wow. Are you saying a winner is not me, Matt?
I'm saying, look at this guy.
He's a plague mask guy.
You trust him?
With my inner secrets? Absolutely.
The guy with the plague mask.
Sure. As a doctor, back in the day, woefully ill-informed about the state of medical realities. Sure, I'll trust my health to this guy. He'll sniff me out.
So you want to be truthful?
Yeah, why
That's
not?
Lame.
Because otherwise, why would they watch?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They want to learn about me. They're on this channel, or I don't know. They'll tolerate me.
They don't want to see us win. Well, obviously
we're gonna win. We all win by deepening my understanding of myself.
I think if they're tuned into this channel, they know we're not gonna win.
They know we're gonna win. They know. Are you afraid of spiders? I used to be. Still am a little bit. I'm gonna say, yeah. I mean, I said still am a little bit. They make me nervous. I'm significantly better than I used to be. Hard cut to gummy food versus real food challenge, where I open up a gummy spider and literally lose my mind and run out of the room. So maybe I'm not as bad. I don't like surprise spiders. If I see them coming, I'm okay. Those jump scare spiders, those surprise spiders, no, absolutely not. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump it? Oh, absolutely yes. If you knew that you would be unscathed, would you jump? Yeah, If I knew it, absolutely, 100%. It would be so cool to jump into molten lava, do a big cannonball, yeah! Would you consider yourself to be fat? PHAT, pretty hot and tempting, but FAT, I don't think so much. Do you have that, Matt? Is that a thing? That was a thing when I was growing up. It's so old.
It was a thing.
Does it still exist?
I don't know about the kids these days.
Here's the thing. If it existed for me as a kid and existed for you as a kid, maybe that's just one of those things that just persists across time.
Did you have, what is it? Whatever Major Loser?
No, what's that?
Or no, it was like, are you rich? Or are you... And then rich stood for, like, no... Hold on. Hold on.
This is great. This is going some.
I'm digging deep.
Yeah, dig into the recesses.
Rich. In the comments they know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Where it's like, if you were, no.
It's
not gonna come to me.
But it's an acronym.
It's like an acronym.
Really interesting.
No, if you were rich, you were like a loser, and if you were poor, you were like cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty okay. All things considered, I don't know. Would you say that you have a lot of charisma? Yes. I don't think that's selling myself too hard. People seem to like me. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? No. This is all very... Oh, that's the one that got him thinking. He's like, oh, this is the guy that I don't want to be a human popsicle. Did you I've thought about the cryogenics of like Walt Disney, which may or may not be a real thing, and we've done cryogenic episodes, but I don't think I'd want to freeze myself. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? I did not. No. I did not realize that. Sorry. Does that make you uncomfortable? No. I think it's kind of funny now. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Debatable. Results may vary. Yes, I do like that. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? Yes, 100%. Have you been entire? See? Look, the game's I don't know. Again, I don't know if these are questions that other people have gotten, but they might have my number already. Maybe they're a fan. They're going to be like at the end, you're Matt Pat. And I'm like, what? Have you been entirely honest? Yeah, I have. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No, I just don't. I don't like to do that, honestly. I don't like lying. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? In this game or in life? I mean, there's always consequences. Yeah, sure, yes. Are you wondering how these questions began to take... Yes. Am I captivated by the game? I am mildly interested. I'm intrigued. Sure, we'll say yes. Very interested. I'm captivated. Would you consider yourself to be brave? I try a lot of things. Yeah, I'm willing to go there. I rode ostriches and flew planes. Sure. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Yes, I do. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? Is this... Sure, yes. I mean, I haven't been really, because it hasn't really, nothing's jumped out to me, but we'll say yes, sure. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Silent cell phones in the show, please. There's a live performance happening right now. I'm going to Patty LaPone you. You'll be like, you, third row, turn off your cell phones.
I'm sorry, everybody.
You've been Patty LaPone.
Sorry, my phone went off.
More like Patty LaPone. I know, right? Patty LaPone. I know.
I had your back.
Thanks. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may miss? No. I'm intrigued, but no. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take? How many questions exist in this session? Not really. We just started. I am patient, yes. Do most humans annoy... That's a tough one. Right now, I feel like we live in a particularly annoying time where there's a lot of people who are just... Like the world, you look at the world and you're like, oh, come on, guys. Come on. Do they annoy me, though? Or do most humans annoy me? No, I don't think so. That's a tough one. I get frustrated by people and I'm like, oh no, make better decisions, or like, ah, that isn't what I would do, or you look at like the world events and you're like, no, what are you doing? But that's like a small subset, so I'm gonna say no. Most humans, no. Do you prefer animals to people? I do not. Do you believe in magic? I love magic. I love magic. I'm so excited about it. Do I believe in it? Not in like a let me wave a wand sort of way, but like I think that there's magical forces in the universe that exist that if you, it's like The Secret, right? If you can like summon things to you, and there's a lot of interesting research actually on unstructured data, stuff that doesn't fit cleanly into spreadsheets where it can't be quantified, right? It's not like a binary thing, or it's not measurable. It's that stuff that like triggers your sixth sense, or you know, those gut feelings that people just have. And to me, like, I firmly believe that that exists, right? Like there are weird coincidences out there in the world that just happen that if we were able to understand those data points, we would be able to articulate. And so I think like, to me, that is magical. So do I believe in magic? Yes, I'm gonna say yes. I also love magic. Do you believe in God or the existence? Yes, this is again like the unstructured data. Do you fear death? I do. Because I really love living. I have a big joie de vivre. Are you attracted to someone who you're not currently in a relationship with? No, I am not. Did you answer? Yes. Are you alone?
That depends on how you interpret the lore of this channel.
Right, right. I mean, am I? There's a debate about whether or not you're a robot or a figment of my imagination. Are you missing our hidden messages game? The lore of GT Live. Am I alone? No, I'm going to say Matt is here. But he is not coloring my information. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's someone watching you, would you believe me? Yes. What? I hope so. I hope a couple 100,000 people are watching this. Have you wondered who I am? No, you are an avatar in a game. Have you had shivers? Actually a very pleasantly temperatured room right now. The weather is beautiful. I have not had shivers. Do you feel like you're being watched? I mean, you know, you asked if someone's here in the room. Like in the game? No, I'm gonna say no. Have you considered quitting this session early? I have not. Do you drink water every day? Yeah, I drink a lot of stuff. Do you eat at least once per day? Yep. Every day keeps me alive. Food a day keeps Matthew alive. Do you realize that you've missed 7 hidden messages? Oh no, it's rubbing it in. Now I want to find out what these hidden messages are. I don't realize that. I did not miss one. Get out of here. You're lying to me, game. Yes, I am wondering what they were. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Would it bother me to never know what they are? I don't necessarily need to find them myself, but I would like to know what they are. Would it bother you? Yeah, it would bother me to never know. Yes, it would bother me. Is your favorite number 7? It is not. I'm not superstitious. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. It's the longest thing that we'll ever do. Do you agree? That's interesting. I've never thought about it that way. That's deep. That's one of those like, that's insightful. Do you agree? I don't know. The cool thing about this job and what I do is like, it'll outlive me whether or not people care. But it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Sure. I mean, logically it makes sense. Yes. Great. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? No, there are ways you can compare them. I personally prefer apples significantly. I've never been a big orange fan. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? Did I know that? I feel like I've heard that before, but I'm not sure. I'm going to say no, I did not know that. Everyone deserves a second chance, yes. You can do anything you put your mind to. Yes. Obedience is more important than freedom. That is not true. Underwater adventures sounds like a fun time. It does. That sounds delightful. Do you realize the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you? Yeah, I believe that. When it said underwater adventures, I'm like, oh, this is spelling something, because that's such a random thing to start with. I'm going to say yes. Do you wish to be loved? Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any addictions? Diet Coke. Do you dislike the color pink? No. Does the color gray seem depressing? No, it's just a color. Do you enjoy loud music? I am fairly neutral towards loud music. I neither enjoy nor disenjoy. It's fine. Do you enjoy loud music? No. Do you like to dance? I do. I was dancing to Bonnie Tyler, holding out for a hero this morning at breakfast. Ollie's listening to like classic 80s songs.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, and he's really into balloon sleeves and like flowy shirts, and we're showing that like anyone can wear balloon sleeves and flowy shirts and things.
Definitely.
And so we've been doing a big like 80s binge. And so I like burst into the kitchen this morning, like as they were listening to Bonnie Tyler. I'm like, yeah, hold up my hero. It's great. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Do you love your parents? Yes. Have you ever been lied? Oh, yeah, of course. Do you get angry often? I used to get angry. I used to get angry a lot when I was a kid, actually. When I was in school, I would get mad at myself. I would get mad at other people, but I didn't take it out on other people. And I realized at a certain point that anger was not an emotion that I really wanted. And it wasn't really doing it wasn't accomplishing anything for me. And so I've really dialed, like, since like middle/high school, I've really dialed it back. So no, I don't get angry often. Do you hold grudges? Honestly, yeah. Honestly, probably, yes. Have you forgiven someone? Yes. Have you ever lied? Yes. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? That's a toughie. What do you think, Matt? I'm curious. I need to think about this one.
I vote no.
Yeah?
But that's me.
No, I know. Like, what's your... So why?
You ever seen a really big tree?
This morning, actually. Yeah. And so that's the reason why I'm debating this one, because I love the colors of flowers, and I love how delicate they are. But trees...
Yeah.
Are like, there's a big tree outside of our house, and it's this great tree, and I was watching it sway in the wind, and I'm like, this is so cool. And I love the sound of trees.
Yeah, beauty is a feeling that I would ascribe more to trees than flowers for me.
Right? And also trees, like right now, we're getting close to spring here, and so...
They're so pretty.
Right? All the blossoms are blooming right now on the trees, where the trees are literally just pink, and it's awesome. Yeah. Like, trees have the benefits of flowers, but then more benefits of flowers, so I do not. Trees are awesome. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? No, not really. I'm actually really pleasantly comfortable in my skin. Do you believe you have psychic powers? I always wanted to be, like, growing up with video games and stuff, I always wanted to be, like, as a kid in elementary school, I always pretended to be able to shoot beams out of my hands and, like, and telekinetic powers. I don't have psychic powers. I wish I did. Have you ever seen a ghost? I've seen the Tooth Fairy, but... Have I ever seen a ghost? I've seen like shadow people on the walls that freak me out. But I never consider them ghosts though.
I would like to backtrack.
Yeah.
What do you
Seeing
mean?
the Tooth Fairy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was young, right, obviously when you're losing teeth or whatever, I put it under my pillow. And I woke up in the middle, I would cocoon in my bed, right? And I had my little like air hole. Like, I would cover up head to toe in blanket, and I had a little air hole, and I would like peek out. And so one night when I had my tooth under my pillow, I woke up and I saw a strange blue glow kind of floating around. I heard, my dad works nights, so he wasn't home, and my mom was asleep in the other room, but I could hear her snoring. And so I'm like, yeah. I'm fairly... I had a lot of, like, vivid waking sleep dreams as a kid. Like, my brain, I would, like, wake up and I would see stuff, right? I called them, like, hallucinations. But, like, I would see stuff when I was growing up. So do I think it's the Tooth Fairy? No. Do I think it was, like, a waking dream? Yes. But to this day, I've always said, like, oh, yeah, I've seen the Tooth Fairy. Like, that, and the same thing with seeing, like, shadows move across the walls and stuff, you know? I don't think I'm a ghost. Yeah. Have you ever seen Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy?
No.
Santa? No? Okay. No, I'm gonna say no to this one. Do you dream often? At this point, I don't sleep often, and you kind of need that. Again, if I slept more, probably, but I'm so tired at this point because between Ollie and work, I don't get enough sleep. So I think in order to actually have robust dreams, you need to actually be in a good sleep pattern, which I am not. Do you have nightmares often? I used to when I was dreaming. Actually, that might have been yes, because when I do dream, a lot of times they're pretty intense, like scary dreams. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? I do not. Do you suffer from depression? I was depressed yesterday, but in general, no. Do you exercise often and stay active? Better since the top of this year. That's been a goal of mine for this year, is to take a lot of meetings, because I have so many days that are just so full of meetings at this point. That I take the meetings on a treadmill, and Ollie also encourages me to stay active. So, do you exercise often? At this point, it's 3 days a week. I'm on these meetings, and I walk for about like 3 to 5 miles, during the meetings. So, yeah, would you say that that's often?
I would say yeah.
Right, and I like to get out. I mean, Ollie and I. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because one of my favorite activities to do with Ollie is going to the trampoline park and stuff. So yeah, I would say yeah, absolutely. Emotionally wounded. Yikes. Yikes. Would I consider myself that? No, I do not. I think there are definitely some like chips on my shoulder that I have from when I was a kid that, I still live with, that I would like. I'm bitter about other people who had more friends and who had success easier and and this and that. So like I carry jealousy and stuff like that, but I don't call those emotional wounds. Like I don't think about them often, but I know that it affects my behavior in a lot of ways. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever feel lost in life? I did when I was starting this channel and no one wanted to hire me. At this point, though, I feel like I have a pretty solid direction. Do you ever feel lost? I feel overwhelmed by like the amount of stuff that being an adult and being a business owner and stuff entails, but do I feel lost now? Would you consider yourself a natural leader? I'd say yes. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? Would I do it? The thing is, that's tough. And I don't know why it's tough. Because I recognize, like, so, this sounds terrible. I would not, I'd be curious to do it and be like, oh, this is cool to have that power. But obviously I would not do it because, like, I would not be, like, I would just feel like you would feel awful about the severe loss of human life. Right? Like, so from an intellectual standpoint, I'm like, and I've always wanted, like, power. When I was growing up, I had my, like, yearly plan for world domination. No joke. Like, every year I'd be like, this is the year that I'm going to dominate the world. I was like Dexter's Lab, basically, where I'm like, today. Or like Brain from Pinky and the Brain, like, we're going to rule the world. And so, like, the idea of, like, conquering the world was always really intriguing to me. And, like, I can hold the world hostage and blah, blah. But I never wanted to destroy it. I just wanted to be, like, in charge. I wanted to control everything. Would you press it? So, like, this is interesting in concept, but, like, would I actually press it? I wouldn't want to kill people. Like, because that's never been a part of it. It's always been domination rather than, destruction. So I'm going to say no. Hi, welcome. This is a lot about me. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? I do. Have you ever been bullied? Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever bullied someone else? I don't, not intention. Have I ever bullied someone else? I don't. I want to be honest with this one, and I don't think I have, because people bullying me as a kid made me not want to. Like, I'm like, why would you ever do that? That's terrible. If I did, it was unintentional. And I think that's, so like, I think it's one of those things where I would be blind to that behavior. Like, maybe I, like, thought I was joking with someone or whatever, and crossed a line, maybe. I can't think of an instance, though, where even that happened, so I'm going to say no. I don't think I have. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? I do not, actually. Do you sometimes hurt people? I'm a hard worker who keeps moving forward. And I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic. I'm always like, next week's gonna be better, or like, we'll achieve this in a much shorter time than we'll be able to. But like a dreamer, I don't think I'm a dreamer. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Again, that was something that I used to do when I was like in middle and high school, and then someone brought it to my attention, and I had to be aware of it at this point. Do I hurt? And I also try to stay aware. Like, a lot of me is thinking through the reactions of other people before I take action. So that way, you're not stepping on people's toes. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? I'm trying to think of like instances with, welcome to 2022 where I haven't had like I'm having to dial back like 4 years of like, when was the last time I had like significant human interaction? I don't think so. Do I find space fascinating? Absolutely. I also find it terrifying. No, I'm not an artist. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? No. I'm not. No, I'm not. No. I am a loyal friend, but I'm not a good friend. And that's actually one of those things that moving forward, that's like a goal for me in life, right? Is right now I'm not a good friend because I don't have time in a lot of cases to be a good friend. I try, to carve off as much time as possible to, hang out with people or whatever. Like Ryder, Foot of a Ferret, just moved into town, and so like I can see him, once a month or once every like 3. I'm trying to make it like once every 3 weeks or something. But like I never really had a good barometer of what makes a good friend because again I didn't have too many friends growing up, so I don't know what defines like the amount of interaction you should have with a friend. I have some friends from way back when I was in theater and back when I was in college, that I probably should talk to more frequently. And that's, again, like a goal for my, like it's Lent right now, it just started. And so that's one of my like Lenten goals is to like call them call a different person once a week to like reconnect. Hey, we haven't talked since the top of the year, and be better about that sort of thing. But as of right now, I don't see myself as like a good friend that people can lean on. I'm a great friend to Steph, but that's different. I try to be a good friend to employees, but again, that's different. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Everyone is, right? Like, to say that you're not flawed seems just wrong. So yeah, everyone's flawed. Do you believe in perfection? I believe in striving for perfection and trying to attain it. I don't think perfection exists. But as a kid, like, I was always like, get nothing wrong and strive to get A+ and this and that. Do I believe in it? Believe is a weird word. Do I believe in perfection? This is one of those where like it's vague enough that I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna say yes. Let's say yes. Have you ever stolen? I have not. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstance? Under any circumstance? Yeah. It would be hard. It'd be very hard, but like if put into a position where my life or someone else's life was on the line and that like it's fight or flight, I feel like I have a very strong survival instinct, so I'd say yes. I'm trying to decide if I would chicken out. I might. I think I could though. That's hard. That's really hard. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? Yeah, absolutely. I would. Yes, absolutely. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? Yeah, Stephanie. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? No. Do you know who I am? You, RPG Maker Sprite. You kind of look like Dr. Robotnik, honestly. If we're being honest here, you look like Dr. Robotnik. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? Meaning what? A giant RPG sprite creation? Oh no! The sprites are alive! Or like you as game designer X. I would be surprised if someone popped up behind me right now. I think I would probably scream. I'd be a little bit concerned that someone had gotten into my house and was doing, I would probably, I don't know, you'd have to physically restrain that person, right? If someone popped up behind the couch right now, Matt, what would we do?
Don't look at me.
No, what would we do? Would we what you and I? Because you're in it. If someone showed up in this room, Matt, I would hope that the two of us would be on the same team dealing with that entity. So we should come up with a plan.
Well, if the options are fight or flight,
Yeah.
I'm fighting.
Are you flighting?
I'm running.
He's right there, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're right there. Or are you like, hey, what are you doing? Who are
I
you?
would just be confused because there's like the doors are shut in here.
I mean, it would be impressive.
Yeah.
They just appeared. They were living in the couch the whole time. They crawled out of the little couch hiding spot.
I would definitely be freaked out.
I would be freaked out.
Yeah, we could take him.
I think we can take him.
Especially
You and me?
that guy with the plague mask on. He's already sickly.
Right? He's like this tall.
Yeah.
He's like this tall. I could take him. I could give him a boot. Would you scream? Yeah, sure. I would. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, because I know you're not. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Can I feel like I recognize the emotions of other people, but I sometimes choose to ignore them, or not necessarily treat them as carefully as I should. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? That's 50-50. That's a tough one. Let's say no. Am I a romantic? Absolutely, yes, 100%. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Not like I did. This is one time where I had to defend myself against bullies, where there was three on one, and I had to physically defend myself. But it wasn't like I punched anyone. It was I ran into some guy and like picked him up and threw him, and that got everyone else to stop. It was very short. It was much younger. So let's say yes. Yeah, let's say yes. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Just when I'm doing episodes on brain freeze, then I'm getting headaches like every couple seconds. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Sometimes. I used to as a kid. Not anymore. Yeah. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you ever shave your head? Yes, I have done. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Yes and no. I'm not really, when it comes to physical attraction, muscular or not, like thin, fat, like I'm not very fixated on physical looks. Yes. Muscular, non-muscular, large, it doesn't matter. Yes. Do you ever dance when, yes. Do you ever dance when no one's looking? Absolutely. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Stephanie, and that is a yes. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No, definitely not. I'm jealous of Stephanie knowing her childhood as well as she does. Would you rob a bank? Nope, my mom is a bank teller. I'm very specific. That affects a lot of things. And also stealing, I wouldn't do that. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? Yes, a lot, actually. I dream about running from a killer very frequently. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? Not really. I know that's a classic. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? That's another one that not really. It's the killer. It's always the killers. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? I do now. Stephanie taught me how to like those. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? I do. Do you enjoy being the center of attention? Yeah. It's interesting. I always liked being on stage and doing shows. And I think nowadays I'm a little bit more tired of it because at this point, right, when I go out, I get recognized by a lot of people. And that's great. I love it. It's amazing. But it also it's made me appreciate like the time that I have to myself or privacy in a way that I never used to. And so it's really shifted my perspective as far as, do I want people to notice me and like pay attention and, like, look at that guy over there. But do I still like it? Yeah, I do. I like being the center. Like if I think about like VidCon and events where I'm like with everyone, like I really love doing those sorts of shows where everyone can be entertained. So yes. Do you feel like something is always watching you? I do not. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go into space? I have. I don't think I could do it. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? I've had deja vu, but not out-of-body experience. Have you ever punched a nut? I'd love to see the percentage of people saying yes to this one. Oh yeah, that time, that experience, that life experience that everyone has. Punching a nun. Bam! Right in the face. Yeah, Matt, have you ever, not to get too personal, you don't have to answer this. Have you ever punched a nun?
Well, maybe it's a euphemism.
Punch the nun! Hey Matt, you ready to punch the nun today?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna go do a good job.
Yeah, let's get out there and punch a nun.
In that case, yeah.
Go get him, Tiger. Go punch
go
that
punch a
nun.
nun.
Yeah, go punch a nun, kid.
Break a leg.
I'm gonna tell Ollie that next time. When I send him off to school, I'll be like, okay, time for school. Go punch a nun.
Exactly.
And he'll be like, what? I have blockaded nuns in the past. We went to a Christmas mass at the Vatican with the Pope. One time, this was with Steph's family, and we were Steph and I were on our honeymoon. This was part of our honeymoon. And the nuns were trying to cut, like a horde of nuns were trying to cut in line. This line that had been there like all afternoon for like 6 hours. And everyone had tickets, but to actually like get in the door, they oversold the tickets. It was a weird thing. But anyway, we've had these tickets for months. Steph's parents had bought them way, way, way long ago and were nice enough to invite us. And then all of a sudden, this like horde of nuns were trying to cut the line and get in when other people weren't going to. And so Steph and I had to create like a barricade with our scarves to outline like where the line was so they couldn't just like slide in. They were doing this tactic of singing Christmas carols to like, oh, look at us being nice, but they knew what was up. I've never punched a nun, but I almost did. It was fisticuffs. Do you like cats or dogs better than cats? No, I like cats actually. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? At this point, no. I like books, I think, better. I don't have time for books is the unfortunate thing. And honestly, the only books I've read in the last 5 years have been the Five Nights at Freddy's books because that's what I have time to do. And, that's colored my opinion on reading, let's just say. No, I like watching movies. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you ever punched a nun? No, I've moved past it, honestly. Do you get starstruck easily? I do, actually. I get really nervous around other YouTubers. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Mostly because I'm tired. But I do enjoy them. I like the spectacle of it. And I don't necessarily engage with people, but I like to mill and look and watch this. I like people watching. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No, it isn't, actually. Have you ever punched a nun? Like, really, just bam, right in the face. Nun punch! No nun punches. Do you laugh? I do. Do you say, no, I do not, actually. We talked about this previously. I don't swear. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun? No, I don't want to punch people. If there is a HE double hockey sticks, do you think you're going to it? I do not. I hope not. I've tried really hard not to. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? I do. Do you, whoa, wow, I just gonna say, nope, don't actually. Are you wondering what constitutes for, nope, nope. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable? Yep, absolutely. Is your mouth dry? No, but my nose is stuffy. So, does profanity make you, it doesn't make me uncomfortable, I just don't use it. Other people swearing is fine, but it doesn't make me uncomfortable now. Do you believe in legendary beasts? No, I don't. Like Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. Would it be cool if they existed? Yeah. Do I believe in them? I could see there being a big fish, but like as they're portrayed and stuff, I don't think so. Are you poor with money management? No. Very frugal. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? I do. Do you speak more than one language? I wish. That's why we're trying to get Ollie to get exposed to Spanish, because that's one thing I wish I could do. Have you ever visited a country? Yes. Goal is to visit 100 of them. Do you enjoy coffee? I do not. Do you believe in demons? No. Do you believe in angels? No. I don't think so. Are you afraid of sharks? No. Do you prefer baths over showers? No, Stephanie does, but I am a shower guy through and through. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No. Did you see that shadow move in your room? There are no shadows in this room right now. We have so many high-powered lights on. Not even funny, so I did not. Do you ever hear your name being called, even when you know no one is calling it? Even when you know? No, I don't. Do things in your home go missing and then reappear later? Nope. I always have an idea of where they are. Do you hear footsteps around when you're alone? I do. Or like creaking of floorboards, sure. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Again, like yes, sometimes. Do you often look at the same time on the clock? Look at the same time on the clock? No. We don't have clocks, don't be silly. No one has clocks anymore, that's what phones are for. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night? By Skip. Skip in the middle of the night, just plop on our chest, and we're like, oh my gosh, Skip, stop. No one has grabbed my feet. Do you have any pets? I do, Skip. He is the one that grabs my feet at night. Is your favorite color green? Green is not a creative color, no. Are you attracted to a family member? No. I don't even know the joke to make there. I have very few family members to begin with, so it's my mom, my dad, or nothing. If you won the lottery, would you share the money? Charity, for sure. You know, I try to offer stuff to my parents, you know, and they don't really want anything. But, like, yeah, I try. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept it? Yes, there it is. See, I won't destroy the world with a button, but I will be dictator. Sure, why not? Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? Yeah, I do. Do you like fishing? Never tried it, really. I did it, like, maybe once for, like, a half hour as a kid. That was the only opportunity that was ever presented to me. So I'm not sure. Do you like hunting? I, again, have not tried, but I don't think I would. Do you like camping? Again, as a kid, I was not offered a lot of these opportunities. Do you like guns? Again, they scare me. When we've done like training with the SWAT team and stuff, I'm nervous handling a gun. I'm not confident. It's not that I like or dislike. I wish I could be more confident with them, I guess. I think they're interesting. I think they're fun, like in like airsoft circumstances. Do you like guns? Yes? No? Like, do I have an affinity for them? No, not really. Again, like I'm pretty neutral. I am open to a lot of new experiences. I'm gonna say no. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No, I like answering questions. I could talk about myself all day. Do you consider? Absolutely not. I'm not kinky in the slightest. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? No. Do you always keep your promises? I try. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Nope. Fool me once. Are you an only child? You know it! Woo! Do you ever enjoy being drunk? I've never been drunk. Do you like tattoos? Again, do I personally? I don't think I would get a tattoo. I just don't see myself needing that on my body, but I don't mind them in other people. Like, I like looking at other people, and I think it's cool that people get them. Do I personally want a tattoo? No. So do I like them? I like them on other people. But I think this is in relation to me, so I'm going to say no. Do you enjoy being high? Again, never. Do you believe you have a soul? Yes. Did you cry this week? Did I cry this morning? Did I cry last night at 3 a.m. when I was recording an episode? Yes, and yes. Did I cry this week? Let's see, my parents came to visit. I was definitely sick earlier in the week. Did I cry? No, I haven't cried too much lately. Couple, we did salting popcorn with tears. That was the most I've cried in a while. Did I cry this week? No, I haven't. I was sad. Are you upset with someone right now? No. Not really. It's good morning. It was a good weekend. It was a good morning. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? Completely honest with. Daily. No, like, I tell Ollie that I want him to eat better. And my parents, I guess my parents, because we've been really honest with him about like, hey, we want you to move down to North Carolina and hang out with us. I don't think so. Do you understand how this works yet? It's a personality test. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them, the combination you answer them in. It's about many different variables you never guessed. Do you understand? Is it though? Is this, or is this just binary? Or is this all going to amount to the same thing? Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question? Yeah, I am actually. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? Just for me, that the game The Test was put on Steam just for me, Matthew Robert Patrick, to do it? I would not believe that. I think people have done similar things in the past with games and stuff. Like, they want us to do episodes on game theory about their game or whatever. Like, yeah, I could see that. I do not think this is for me. I would not believe that. Are you afraid of being abandoned? No. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yeah. I think I could live alone, but I think dying alone would be hard. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Ooh, okay. Do you worry that one day? Yeah, again, I used to, more so. I feel better now. I'm in a good mental place. The fear of unexpected murder. But yeah, that's always something that you're afraid of, right? Are you always on guard? No, not always, but I'm ready to jump to action when I need to. Do I feel like I know you? Yeah, you probably do. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? Oh, I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, like Matt wanted, took loads of time to respond or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Ooh. Here we go. This is what I can conclude. Ready? This is it. This is the moment. What do you think, Matt? What's it going to say? Predictions. A winner, it's just going to end with you won, and then it ends the game.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
What do you think?
So I thought that this was going to be a joke.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a joke anymore. I think that there will be an ending here. I don't know if it's going to be a one-size-fits-all ending or if it's like, here's 3 options or what. I'm curious the level of personalization.
Yeah,
you know?
what are they selecting for?
Right?
Is my question.
Yeah, well, let's see. Boom! That's a win. That's a win. You just might be the most beautiful soul to walk this earth without ever even realizing it. Wow. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know there's an ellipsis at the end of this, but you know, we don't need to go on. We don't need to go on. This is perfect. We did it. We won. We won life. Up top, Matt. One life. Okay. You have so much love inside to give, and you don't have enough people to truly give it to. Oh, this is so sweet. Jeez. Hey, this is very nice. You may have to try extra hard to find enough people willing to accept your love, but once they accept you and let you in, they'll never want to let you go. Oh, I do try to help people a lot, and then they don't say yes. And I'm like, no, let me help, please. Oh, that's really sweet. Okay. Anyone who isn't interested in giving you a chance is not worthy of your love. Whoa. Remember that and hold it dear to you. You do not want to get hurt, but you need to understand that only those willing to take a hit will go somewhere in life. Okay. Forgive those who have wronged you in the past, but do not forget the lessons they taught you. This is imperative to your happiness. Yeah, this is true. We answered that question. I've learned more people should really give you a chance sometimes. Wow. Not for your benefit, but for their own. Thank you, game! Yes! Please send this to like the 5 people that I constantly say this about. I'm like, I just want to help you, please. They're really missing out on such a wonderful individual and all the things that they have to offer them. Just know that no matter what, whether people wisen up and begin to understand you for who you really are, or whether they just ignore it for whatever reason, you are going to be just fine. That's unfortunately, weird. That's, okay. Oh, creepy personality test time. It is weird. That's one of the, like, life, I don't know, like, that's one of the things that I've had to come to terms with or grips to is I can only try to help people that I care about for so long before I'm like, okay, like, hey, you have to go out and live your life and make mistakes. Like, that is a thing that I've had to grapple with. Is like, I see the data points in their life and I'm like, this is what will make you happy. This is what you need. This is like, I think I know, and it's not. I recognize that it's me imposing on someone else's life, so I don't. But it's that idea of like I as an outside observer, I see this, and I'm trying to guide you in that direction, but it doesn't work. And so I'm like, okay, well, I have to just be comfortable with, just watching him do it. So, that's really interesting. Okay. Your success and happiness is determined by one thing and one thing only, yourself. Your secret word is fairness. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Take the secret word that's assigned to you at the end of the session and leave it in the comments. We'll be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note the secret word. Okay. If you do not wish to be a part of the upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of the comments and we will not select. Wow, they're really adamant about the comment thing. We appreciate any and all comments. Okay. Thank you for taking the time. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it'll all make sense very soon. This did not go in the direction I expected it to. Well then. There you go. I mean, you heard it here first. The test obviously can't be wrong. Plague Mask guy, clearly not incorrect. He knows what he's talking about. This is the best game ever. Best, 100%, hands down, 5-star, must-play game of 2020 that we're now playing in 2022, a year after it was relevant. Great, right? The definitive personality quiz. Right, Matt?
I like how we went into this being like, yeah, people kind of just take whatever personality tests tell them. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you did.
What?
You were like, totally. Even though it was like...
I didn't tell the game that I was amazing. The game put it together for me. Right?
You're right.
No,
you're right.
I at no point did I tell the game, hey, I'm an amazing guy.
Yeah.
The game's just like, wow, you are literally the best person in existence.
Never punched a nun.
Yeah, I know, right?
You must be a saint.
It's very few saints have punched nuns, I will say. It does kind of lower your status on, or like your placement on the saint watch list, Mm-hmm. So St. Patrick's already taken. St. Matt Pat.
Right.
Yeah? I'm curious what would happen if you took it, Matt.
I don't know. It'd be like you're an awful person.
It'd be like worse.
Yeah.
Do you have the best person next to you right now? Because, man, no, you're like, lucky because you're like yin and yang.
Can I actually talk to Matt Pat again?
Yeah.
Can you bring him back?
The game's like, please hang up the phone and restart this game. I want to talk to that other guy. Game's like, get out. Leave this place right now. That's... All right, well, like I said, I don't know how many different endings there are, if it is personalized. Based on that, it makes me think that there's probably like a small handful of like maybe 10, 12 different endings that, based on your answers, you're going on a branching path. And it kind of funnels you into something. But hey, I'm happy with those results. I feel like I aced my personality test. So there you have it, friends. Welcome to GT Live, the channel where you get to hang out with, like, the best soul in the world. Slap that on the title screen. You got Game Theory, which is ruining your childhood since 2011. Now you got GT Live hanging with the best soul in the world. There you go, as evidenced by the test. I'm going to put that in my bio at this point. I'll change my Twitter description to read that. It's clear, it's obvious. So anyway, I don't know if... I don't know if that taught you anything about me, if it was interesting to you. Hopefully it was. I think it was fun to do, certainly, and it's always interesting to just like assess where you are at certain moments in your life. And so this was good. This was good to take a step back. Take it for yourself. Let me know down in the comments below what your secret word was, and let me know if you got a different ending, and hopefully we can figure out how many different endings there are in this thing, because this was really cool. So there you have it, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble about my life and preferences for the last hour. And I'll see you in the next hour to do something that isn't that. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you. See ya!